Good afternoon, everybody. I hope we are all well. Yeah, I'm doing my normal checks. Make sure I am live in the right place. And there we go. Right, and get rid of that. How are we all? I don't know about you, but we've got an absolutely glorious day here today. Yesterday, well, the sky was even better yesterday. Today it's blue, but it's a grey blue. Yesterday, if you saw the picture I put up, it was just bright blue. It was fantastic. So yes, every time I've had a cup of tea today, I have gone and had it outside in the garden. Because yeah, it's just fab. It's just so nice to get outside and get some warmth from the sun and sit in the fresh air and listen to the birds. And the more I look at the garden, the more I keep seeing little tiny buds coming, as well as things I need to do. There's a lot of things I need to do. Um, yeah, my garden's a bit of a state, to be honest, at the moment again. I need to get in there and get everything done. But obviously that's got to wait. Excuse me, I've got quite a bit to do before I head off on Tuesday to Cologne for on stage. So I'm looking forward to that. Quite excited to see new products that are coming. You may have heard that they're changing the catalogue setup, whereas we have Hi Michelle, thanks for joining. Where we have an annual catalogue and then 2 mini catalogues, we are going to be having 3 smaller catalogues. It's what they've done a lot of research into it and they believe it's for the best. So I'm excited to see about that. Excuse me, you may have also heard that the ink pads are changing. I haven't put anything out there yet about it because I haven't officially got images to use. Though I haven't been on recently today to check. But yeah, the ink pads are changing. We're going back to felt ink pads instead of foam. Because of issues that we've had, including the purple posy and cloud cover chemical reaction. But yeah, so we're going back to that, and a lot of people have issues. We've got hand issues. I have some issues sometimes in opening and closing the ink pads. I love our ink pad design, the fact that it holds it upside down. It's fabulous. It closes on itself. It makes it easy for if you want to do watercolouring, putting a bit in the opposite side. But we're going to, as the memento just opens like so, there'll be that kind of opening, but they'll be magnetic. And then it will sit underneath and they'll stack better and that. So yeah, just thought I would mention it in case you have heard it about and I haven't said anything. So yeah. Right, so this month we are playing with the Easter Joy Suite. I've had this suite since before the catalogue came out, like a month before the catalogue came out. I ordered it in my pre-order and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to get playing because I knew I wanted to do it before Easter, but I wanted to do Valentine's before Valentine's, and yeah. So yeah, so let's flip cameras. So the Easter Joy Suite is, as it says, Easter, but can be used for lots of other things as well. Very good for spring, new babies, young birthdays. But yeah, the paper, there's 2 sets of papers in this suite. You can't see them too well on here, so I will run through them. The stamp set, dies, embellishments and ribbon. And we get lots of inspiration for things to make for this. And what I love about these papers, you may have seen that I shared, they've got cut parts. So let me just grab the first paper pack. Mine has been cut into and but these have got foiling on and they're thicker. They're not normal paper, they're a bit more sturdy. So great for 3D projects. And they've got a sheen to them on the one side. How adorable is that? I just love that. I'm not a balmy blue fan, but this I love. So that's that one. And then we've got this one here that, you know, that can be used for anything on it, as that can. Very springy, but. And then there's this lovely Shy Shamrock that's got little tiny Easter eggs and spring flowers. We've got Easter eggs on this side with like a basket weave on there. Then we've got this that's got the, I think, copper flowers on this one that are foiled, and eggs and tulips, and then a gingham plaid on there. And we've looked at that one. We've got stripes, which has got some copper, and I think it's just copper, but it's got little bits of foiling under the others on the edges. You might not be able to see, that won't come through. And then it's got a little design in the crumb cake. And then the last one is the put apart, which I've one piece. I've got that left. I think they're fabulous for quick and easy cards. So I have shared that one and that one already. I've got some others to share, and then on the back it's got this gorgeous checkerboard. But yeah, I love those cut parts. They're brilliant for just real quick and easy cards. Those are the two that I shared yesterday and just added some little characters on. So yeah, love those. They're also good for pocket pages if you do those, or memory keeping. And then there is a second pack of paper, which is a foil, they're all foiled. Oops. And we get this gorgeousness. Do you know, it would help if I turn my light on, wouldn't it? There we go. We'll get some glare, I'm sorry. That's the window. But yeah, beautiful. These are just single-sided. You get 2 sheets of each of these. This, how stunning is that? That is just beautiful. And then the final one is this one. And the show box. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful papers. Like I say, they're real thick, heavyweight. Now, the colours that are in this suite, I'm going to mention these because they include 3 of the in colours that are retiring. So those are the colours. We've got Lemon Lolly, Balmy Blue, Crumb Cake, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink and Shy Shamrock. So gorgeous, gorgeous colours. Obviously, you can use whatever colours you like. But yeah, this set of in colours from 2024 to 2026 are retiring. The end of April. So they're available while stocks last. I haven't checked this morning, but if you want those, anything to do with those in colours, top yourself up. Go and check them out now, because yeah, they won't be around for long. Right, so today, do I know what I'm doing? No. But I do want to use the paper, this one, which is on the back of the cut parts. This is why you have to buy 2 packs. Because there's never it's always your favourites on the back of another favourite. I mean, you do get 2 pieces, so it's not a problem. But get 2 packs, it's even less of a problem. So I am going to cut this down to, just thinking, I want it smaller than our standard. So I'm going to do 9. I want 9. No, I'm going to do 8. So it's 2 centimetres smaller than our standard. So 8 by 2 centimetres smaller is 12.4. Now, obviously, this being the first week of sharing, I am keeping these quite simple and trying not to bring in too many other products, because I did think of cutting that out with a die, but we'll keep it simple and just trim it. And then I'm going to grab the basket die, and we're going to cut ourselves a little basket. I want some of that paper, don't I? Keep moving everything about it. Let's put that over there. Right, so I want basket weave, which I should have one already trimmed that I've been using. Let's find that. Crumb cake with basket weave. There we go. So, how has everybody been? Are we all well? Might be better doing that way, then I can get 2 out of it. I hope you've got this beautiful weather as well. I had a lovely week last week at my friend Julie's dog sitting. Very relaxing. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And I must admit, I've come back and I'm feeling a lot better about things. I think I needed a break just to sit and chill. Sometimes it's what we need. And we need to make sure we look after ourselves. Can't look after other people if we're not well ourselves, can we? So always remember to take time for yourself. Right. So use that. And that's perfect paper for cutting this out of. Now this does cut out and there's splits in it. Now there is a die to cut strips, and you can weave these strips in and out of here. And as I've nearly done one, we'll do it. I'm only going to do a couple because I made some cards yesterday with this. So I've been having great fun playing with this. But come to the third one, and it was getting pretty tight, and I was losing my patience with it. So just putting 2 in today. I didn't really want blue, but never mind. We'll carry on with the blue. Wanted the pink. Not a problem. Let's just weaving it in and out. Just being careful not to bend this piece and supple it up, because it's hard to push it through then. But because this is quite thick, it's easy to maneuver. So I'll pull that through. There we go. Beautiful. Just move that down slightly. There we go. Right, I'm just going to trim off the edges. Doing that very well. Oh, my life. But I've been playing this morning because I've got a blog coming out next Tuesday. There's a blog post coming out, Build and Bloom blog pop, and it's springtime, and I've used this, but I've gone for something. I'll give you a little sneak peek. This is what I've got so far. So it folds flat, so it'll go in your envelope, and then it'll pop up, and look, that gorgeous paper under there. And then I'm gonna put little flowers and rabbits and that in there and decorate it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Right, so I'm going to have that on there. Then we need some bits to go inside it. So I'll keep that there. My stamps. Right, I've got some bits already done from when I was playing yesterday, but I want a bunny. So let's see if I've got a scrap piece that's big enough for my bunny. I don't think I have. That's the biggest one I've got. I have for that one. There we go. Do I do it in black and I'll do it in black and colour it or leave it white? I can do it in grey. I think we'll do it in smoky slate. Keep it quite pale. And I won't colour it. I'll have a white bunny. And give that a good ink up. And then we'll pop that on there. We can die cut him out. Hold it down. Oh, look. It's so cute. Put that over there. Give that a clean. Right. I've got my bunny. I'm going to add a little bit of colour to him. Now I've got light petal pink just to add a tiny amount of colour. I'm just doing it really softly so there are bits missed into the middle of his ears. Just tickling the paper really and colour his nose. That's all I've done. It's just a real light. So I'll grab a die cut for that. Oops. So I want that. We can line that up. And then what else do we want? I'm going to add grass to it on the inside. So there's a die for cutting a piece of grass. So I need a piece of shy shamrock. That's the colour that's in it. That's shy shamrock. We'll have a piece of that for there. And then I've got some flowers that I've already done. So we can use those. I've got a bow, but it's not the right kind. I don't want a blue bow. Not too much blue on it. Mind you, that does look quite nice on there with that ribbon through there, doesn't it? Yeah, we will use that. Right, let's cut these. I'll just bring in my mini machine. Oh, excuse me. I'm still a little bit chesty. Nothing like I was. So yes, next Tuesday I'm starting my journey off to Cologne. I'm travelling to a friend's house, fellow demo, who's also a very good friend. She's in Cambridgeshire. So I'm travelling to hers, staying at hers for that evening. And then we're travelling on the Eurostar on Wednesday morning. Which is a new experience for me. I've never been on Eurostar, so that'll be nice. And then on stage actually starts on a Thursday afternoon. So we'll have Wednesday evening, Thursday morning to do whatever, meet up, socialise. I'm staying at a hotel, a different one from my friend actually. Couldn't get in the same one. But but with a lot of other Stampin' Up demonstrators who are friends. So that'll be nice. Right, I'm thinking if we pop the grass behind there, like so, and then our bunny will be there, something like that. We can have our bow on there, and then we can have some flowers. Some of these. And yes, I keep going into that silly accent because we've been doing it at home again. Right, so I'm just going to glue my grass on. I love this little, I mean, how good is that as a fringe for something? You could use it as well. It doesn't have to be grass. Add a nice fringe to things, and I've put that on the wrong way. Okay. Because we usually glue the back, don't we? But I want to glue the front. So yes, I will have glue everywhere, but that's okay because I can remedy that. It will dry, and it dries tacky. I've got an old tea towel that I use, so we'll wipe the majority of it off, and then that will just stay tacky, which is fine. So we'll leave it upside down for now. So I want to colour some more of these flowers. So I want Shy Shamrock, and I'm using the light and the dark. I'm not shading the leaves because they are so tiny. I'm just doing some in the light and some in the dark. Just randomly. You've really got to look to be able to see the difference, to be honest, with it being so small. But you can tell. Right. And then I think we will add, I've got pink and, well, put in pink and peach pie. So I want some lemon lolly. And I think we'll do peach pie on one. Trying to mix it up. So let's do our lemon lolly. Just with the dark, I'll just go around the middle. I'll do 2 in lemon lolly. Oh, wrong end. I like to use my bullet tip and then just follow that in circular motions just so it helps blend it out. Again, they are so tiny, and with them being such basic images, you can get away with not putting masses of shading detail in. Now I'm going with the dark peach pie, which, to be honest, my dark peach pie isn't very dark. That end is a lot better. So we'll use that end. Right, and then this one's going to be a dark peach pie in the middle with our light. Now, if you look at the difference in colour between those two peach pie, that's using different ends of the pen. Why it's like that, I'm unsure. It's never bothered me because I don't use peach pie that often. I'm not a fan. I'm not a peach person. But just shows they shouldn't be different. If I'd have wrote to Stampin' Up about it and got in touch with them and told them, which I should have, they'd have swapped it for me, no problem. But just so that you know, that it can happen. But I quite like it because it gives me 2 tones of it. Well, it gives me 4 now. Right, so I think we only need the 2 lots. And let's die cut those. I have also purchased a fabulous product that I saw Sarah Sayers from Kiss Creative. She had one. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's fabulous. I need one of those. Because when I'm crafting, like I have been with today and the other, like past few days, and I'm keeping using the same stuff. Our dies come on a sheet of card. I've drawn around them so I know where they go, so I can make sure I've got them. But the sticky tape on it, well, keep pulling them on, off. Gets a bit annoying. Well, she had one of these. It's magnetic, and it's got a stand to stand it up on your desk. And as you can see, I just chuck them on there and they're there ready to use. Unfortunately, it's not something we sell. Sorry, my dog is going mad for she's brought me a sheep toy to throw. So yeah, I was looking for a tray, a magnetic tray, but I wanted to I wanted a snap-on one. And the only ones I can find are blue, and I don't want the blue snap-on. I wanted red. Snap-on's meant to be red. If you don't know what snap-on is, it's a tool manufacturer in the US, which, in my opinion, are the best tools. Nothing to do with crafting. So, but yeah, they're fabulous. Right, let's see where we're at with what we've got. So I'm going to add this on here with dimensionals, and I'm going to use mini dimensionals so that I can just pop them around the edge so that I can then tuck everything in. No. Yeah, so back to Cologne. So I'll be there until Sunday. Travel back Sunday. Sunday will just be get up, have breakfast and come home. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait to see everybody. And look, it's so cute. Right, I'm going to raise that up on dimensionals as well, because that'll help, because I haven't put any in the middle of the basket. I'll help with that. I'm only going to use 2 of the larger. But yeah, it's going to be a lovely few days away. And then I'm staying at home for a while. I just, yeah, need to be at home. I need to get on top of things at home. There we go. And I've only just put him because I want his ear overlapping the handle of the basket. Right, where have I put here? Our flowers. So these ones, I think I want behind him. Oh yes, there, like that. So what I'm going to do so that I can keep that where it is, because it's very hard to get them back in exactly the right place, isn't it? I'm going to take the top off a mini dimensional. I'm going to pick it up and just pop it under there. We tend to get them in around the same place, but it's never exactly the right place. And then these ones, I think I'm going to tuck in, but love it. Love it. Another dimensional on there. I'll take the backing off, pick it up. I mean, you can do this with your fingers. I just find it easier in Pokey Tool because I'm putting it in. I don't have to open or pull things about so much. I haven't put that. There we go. That's better. Move it over a bit. Excellent. I really like that. All right. So, do I want the bow? Do you know? I think I do. I think I do want that bow, but I'm not going to add any more dimensionals to height because of postage. I'm going to use a mini glue dot. I'm just going to pop that there. And that just ties in lovely with those bits of ribbon. Right. Now, do I want to put a little chick down here? I'm going to. Yes. Right. So, we'll use our dark peach pie on the dark end. Just there for his little beak. And then we'll grab our lemon lolly. And we've got the dark and just add in a little bit of shading where there'd be shading. That's it. Just really simply. Oops, wrong one. So I like to use the bullet end of my pens more so than the larger brush end. I tend to use my brush end for flicking. And Hayden goes mad at me because he likes to colour with the brush end and I make him go all yuck and frayed. Right, so we'll grab the die for that. It's on here somewhere. That's the bunny. There's my duck. It's a chick, isn't it? Not a duck. But you know, can't see properly with the tape. There we go. Right, pop that through. And there we go. So, yeah, I'm getting back into things. When I come back, I'll be getting back into things a bit more, obviously, because it's a bit of a break again for a week. But I'm feeling good about things. And then we can have a little chick on there. And again, I'm just going to stick in with a glue dot on the top and one on the bottom so that I can attach his feet. And just where it's overlapping the card, I'm just going to scrunch it in. And then his feet will stick down. And there we go. Right, so we need a card to put this on. And I think I'm just going to go, let's grab a white layer, which I think could do with some texture. What embossing folders have I got? That's the question. The eyelet one might be quite nice. Other one's a wood one, so let's have a go with the eyelet and see what this looks like. As I've said many a times, I always forget embossing folders. They're not something I use very often. I love them. I think they're great at what they do. But a lot of the time I forget. And then when I do think of it, because they're not something I think I'll straight away, I haven't got what I want. So I need my base plate 1 and the grey plate 4 because it's a 3D embossing folder. And then that's through. That's it. And then I'll put all these back and on it. Away. Make sure, keep some areas tidy. My desk is a mess, but you know, things like this that I'm highly unlikely to use again at the moment. I'll pop away. All right, does that look? Oh, yes, that is so much better. Just having that little bit. Hi, Julie. Oh, you're having a lunch break. You're not allowed a lunch break. We're creating with the Easter joy today. Right, I'm just going to glue that down. Have you got this glorious weather too? I've been outside so much today. Every time I've had a cup of tea, I've gone and sat outside. Right, so there we go. Now, because this is a filmed, it's got a film on it, the cardstock, it does move a lot easier, and it does, oh sugar, does take that little bit longer to stick. I am going to put a mini dimensional under there because I've caught that once. Now it's suppled up the card, it'll keep going. Yes, but it's a bit chilly. Not that I've noticed it for 3 days of office. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. It's not that chilly. I mean, I know I've got a cardigan on in here. But when I went outside, I sat out there just like this and it was fine because you're in the sun. But yeah, I probably don't need my cardigan on. Maybe if I wasn't just sitting, I wouldn't have it on. Right, card base. Do I want to just go white? See, I'm doing that accent again. Do I want to just go white or shall we go for a colour? Could go maybe the green. And yes, I am trying to use up what card stuff I have left of these colours. That's not even a card base. I haven't got any pretty in pink left, unfortunately. But yeah, I quite like it on the green. We'll go for that. Nice shy shamrock. All right, so we will score at 10.5. And the middle that way. And then turn it round and score at 14.8, 14.9, whichever you want to do. It's 14.85 would be the centre, but I'll just do it thereabouts in between. And then fold that. And we'll give that a burnish with our bone folder. So then we can pop that on there. I really like how this has turned out. When I emboss a piece of card to stick on, I always put extra glue on because of it being embossed. There's not so much contact area. There we go. Beautiful. Right, let's get some embellishments. The embellishments that come with this are these, and there's a lemon lolly. I've just realised I haven't put a sentiment on, have I? I don't always put sentiments on my cards. We could have a happy Easter, but I don't know if that'll distract somewhat. The other one is Easter's on its way. Hello Spring. Let's try actually the Hello Spring. And I wonder if it'll fit. Oh, wrong set. Inside the small stylish shape dies, the little mini. No, it won't. But that's okay because we also have this triple banner punch, which I can't remember exactly what it's called, so don't hold me to that. And that will fit perfectly in any of those. So let's punch out some of these and then we can decide which one we want it on. That one's too long, I think, to be honest, but I can shorten it. Can shorten it. Let's scrap. Last one. Do one of those. Oh, that's usable. Put that over there. Right, so we've got one of each of those. Those are all rubbish. Let me grab my foam mat. And then, see if we, Happy Easter. See, he could be saying Happy Easter. Like that. Oh, we can, I don't, it doesn't say Happy Easter, it says Hello Spring actually. Or could have it up there, but no, I don't like that. Or we've got this one, which can go right. So we've got two choices. We've got flag or arrow, and then we've got it by the chick or at the top. And I'm kind of thinking I like that at the top, so it balances. Let's try. I like the flag as well. Let's just try. What did I have that on? Somewhere. I'll put a little black. I will do it in black because of the other bits being in black. Good ink up. Get over it so I can get it in the middle. I do apologise if you end up seeing my head in shot. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. I love how that's stamped. Fab. And then we can add that on there on dimensionals. Oh gosh, it's 1:45 and I've only done one card. Why has it took me so long? Okay, like that. And then we'll have some of these roundabout. Or go for the blue. Just to pop around, a little bit of fun. Little dots. There we go. We'll do our inside. So standard card layer, which is 10 by 14.4. With those. And we will add on the inside, I think we'll do a chick. We'll do the chick. Let me clean it, and I'm just going to do it really simple and stamp in lemon lolly. Bring my mat. Don't want to mess it up now, do we? Little chick on there. Just adds that little bit to follow it through from the front to the inside. That's the right size. So I know I've got one in there that's bigger. That's just a scrap piece. That's it. And we'll pop that in there. Fab. Love that. Right, so for our final card, our next card is going to be a really quick one. I think we ought to use some Easter paper. Oh, I haven't that one, so I have got some. So I'm going to chop that down. How big is it that way? If I did 12.9, which would be 2 less than an actual card base, so it'd be 8.5. Let's do that. So 12.9 is 2 centimeters less than an actual card base. Well, the card base is 10.5, so I'll cut it to 8.5. Just so that we end up getting a nice equal border all the way around. I'm going to do this one this way. And then I think I want to use some of the ribbon that goes with this suite, which is the Balmy Blue Gingham ribbon, which I haven't used yet. Thank you, Michelle. I'm gonna have that. It's a gorgeous ribbon. And the middle, and we'll tie a bow. Right. And straighten it up after. Just hold that there. Put that around. I've gone way too much. But hey, let's put that off. I don't know if I have actually. I quite like it being quite long. Let's just level those up. Yeah. faff about with that a bit more after. Right. Then I'm thinking if we have a balmy blue base for our card. I'm using a lot of balmy blue. Not a bad thing. It's not a colour I've said that I usually use, but that'll be like that. But this, for me, is too plain. So what I'm going to do is grab my little Easter egg stamp, which I want on a smaller block. I had it on that one because I was stamping two together. Oops, come on. Okay, and then I want balmy blue ink. Bring in my stamping mat. And then I'm just going to randomly stamp around the edge. Turning my stamp as I go. Wonderful. I'm just putting some tiny bits on there, just so it looks like there's a continuous pattern. It's only just there. I like that. Do I layer? Yeah, I'm going to put it on. I wonder actually if it would look good having a white layer between it. Let's try. Just a real thin white layer. Yes. So it was 12.9. So if I do it 2 millimeters bigger, so 13.1. And then it was 8.5. So 8.7. That should give us a really nice thin border all the way around that, which will make it pop. Yes. And sometimes it is just those real little things. And they're things that I don't always think about. Sometimes I'll do it and I'll be like, if I'd got more time, sometimes it would help. But I think there's something missing. It's not quite right. And sometimes it, like this, it is as simple as a tiny border. So popping it on a mat just makes all that difference to how it looks. Right, I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. Now we have got some new colours coming, obviously, because we've got the colours retiring. So we're going to be having some new in colours, which I'm very excited about. You may have seen some people have shared them. I haven't as yet. Because there's lots going on. We've got new products that are actually available. So I want to tell you about what's available rather than what's coming all the time. But yeah, we have got the new colours coming. We've got some new kits that are available as well. and one is a beautiful home decor kit. It's a set of 3 pictures if you want, but you can put a photo in the one and it's all about memories and they coordinate. And then there are some wooden easels that you can purchase separately to stand them on. It's in my basket, so I'm looking forward to receiving that when I put my order in. Right, I think we are going to go just a nice simple Happy Easter that we will die cut out. So, but I'm going to do it in, what shall I do? I'm going to put a little bunny on here, I think. So I might just do it in black. I was thinking of stamping it in a colour, the green, but how will that tie in the bunny? So yeah, I'll just do it in black. Always thinking about tying things in and there we go. Beautiful. Love how that's stamped. I love the font on this. Very simple. It's uneven, so it doesn't. It looks imperfect. Right now, I found a die for using with this in another set. This one. It's the Words of Beauty, and this die cuts close but is longer, and what I did was shortened it, but I think I will do it full length on this. If I don't like it, I can always shorten it after. Let's pop this in. Line it up. Oh, I've got no tape on here. Now, when I line something up like this, I do now always use tape. So it doesn't move. And plus the fact that my plates are bent, my dies are slightly bent because of use. It's a natural thing to happen. It's easier if I tape them. Okay, let's get that off there. Please come off. Thank you. But as you can see, that's perfect for that. So we can add an Happy Easter on there. I'm going to go double dimensionals. Why not? I shall be hand posting this. Cost of mailing things now. I'll pop that above there in the middle. Like that. And then we'll have ourselves a little bunny. We'll use this one. I need a bit of card to stamp on. I think I'm going to keep him a white bunny as well. I think he'll show up and tie in nice with the white of Happy Easter. So I'm going to stamp him in grey. I needn't have done black on my Happy Easter, need I? If I'm going to do it in grey, that's okay. Here's this bunny. Beautiful again. I'm just going to add those little bits of pale petal pink. That's dried out that end. I do revive my pens just by putting a tiny bit of alcohol in them. You can just revive. Now this is light smoky slate, which I'm just putting little bits just so that we've got a little bit of a shade here and there. And then what I'll do is get my colour lifter and just soften it. Lightly. I think that colour lifter has had it. I've got a new one. That just gives our bunny a little bit of shape. Nothing excessive. It just looks a little bit more 3D. I'm not happy with that. So what I might do afterwards is go over it with a watercolour pencil. Or some more blends. But I've got to be careful with the blend because I didn't use Memento. So you need to be careful because it will run. Oh. I mean, you could use a blender pen and a bit of ink if you wanted to. I'm just going to grab my watercolour pencils and my basic grey. And just do a tiny bit around where I've put it. Just to help. And I am just doing this so very lightly. You probably can't see that there's anything going on, but I can. It's there, believe me. I've gone off with my die cutting as well. I am going to just fussy cut round it a little bit. So it's, oh, there we go. It's not perfect, but it's giving it a bit of a softer. Right, let's just take that a little bit closer. As it's very off. And this one edge. There we go. That's better. And we can pop our little bunny on here. That's just saying Happy Easter. Yeah. I've put dimensionals on there, so I might as well put dimensionals on here too. Bow can go behind him. We want it to do it a bit more like that. There we go. Let's do our inside and then we're done. Last one. That's very vanilla. Easter egg. And I'll just do our Easter egg a couple of times. In balmy blue. Glue that in. Thank you. Yes, I shall see you Sunday. I'll speak to you before then about what time and that, because I won't be getting up as early as the men are. That's for definite. Yeah, we'll have to decide what we want to do. Have a lovely day. Right, so there we go. That's our 2 cards for today. Give ourselves a bit of room. That one very quick. That one took. Oh, we haven't put no embellishments on it, have we? Can't not have embellishments. And we can put, because we've got Happy Easter, we can use these pink little Easter eggs. There we go. 3 little Easter eggs in there. So there we have it. That's today's cards. I hope you enjoyed that. Very simple. That one's a little bit more involved, but trying to keep it simple, just using the products that are in the suite other than some basics that, you know, most of us have in our stash. Right, let's change cameras. There we go. So I will be back this evening at 7:30 when I shall be. Bye, Julie. Thanks for hopping on. Yes, get your work done. I shall be doing a scrapbook page using the same products. So that'll be one for Easter, definitely. Or it might well come in spring. We'll see. Though I will be pulling in probably quite a few more products for that. So if you can join me, please do. If not, I shall see you all next week. No, I won't see you next week. I shall be sharing lots next week. You'll be sick of me next week. I'll share lots of things that I can, but I won't be live crafting. I may jump on live for some other things. But yeah, have a lovely week and I'll see you all soon. Bye.